Hello, a good evening to all our viewers. This is Prime TV News and I'm Marsha Nigamage. Details follow these headlines. Domestic gas price is reduced by 138 rupees. It is effective from midnight today. Prime Minister invites for a Parakum era. Udyanga secures money from bank accounts neglecting court orders. Minister Patli Champika refers to a revolutionary change in railway history. And in news overseas, 5 are killed in a targeted attack on a US newspaper. The price of a domestic gas cylinder is reduced by 138 rupees. The reduction is effective from midnight today. The Consumer Affairs Authority today announced that the price of a 12.5 kilogram LP gas cylinder would be reduced by 138 rupees with effect from midnight today. Accordingly, the price of a 12.5 kilogram gas cylinder will come down to 1,538 rupees. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that Sri Lanka needs a private sector-oriented market economy, a strong, colourful hub in the Indian Ocean and aspiring to a high position that could be reached. The Prime Minister was speaking at the Dr. Saman Kalagama commemorative function. Born on 6th April 1959, Dr. Saman Kalagama was a popular economist and author. He had served as an executive director of the Institute of Policy Studies of Sri Lanka. A special conference was held in Colombo under the patronage of Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe in view of the first commemoration of Dr. Saman Kalagama. The conference was held under the theme Development After War, Management of Local and International Challenges for Sustainability and Stability. Minister Malik Samaravikrama, who joined in this function, said that Saman Kalagama was a genuine patriot.
Dr. Kalagama was a true professional and a true patriot. Through his professionalism, he managed complex trade negotiations and contentious political pressures. As a patriot, he always put his country first. Saman could have easily obtained a lucrative and a prestigious job in one of many regional and international institutions. They would have hired him in a heartbeat.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said that
the challenges Sri Lanka faces today are complex and multifaceted. A number of interconnected economic, political and ethnic issues managed by a coalition government. By consolidating democracy, upholding human rights and commencing a serious national reconciliation, we have already brought both political and economic benefit. A good example is the GSP Plus. We inherited an economy, the result of the post-conflict growth, which was dependent on large government infrastructure projects financed by foreign commercial borrowings, resulting in an increase in non-tradable goods. Infrastructure-led growth is not sustainable in the long term. It has resulted in an ever-increasing debt service burden. We had many options after the end of the conflict. Why this was chosen, I do not know. As we came in, our initial emphasis was on an agreed stabilization package and fiscal consolidation. We have achieved that. We are on track. Now we have to address the structural reforms pertaining to weakness in trade competitiveness, a trade adjustment program to help domestic industries to become competitive. We don't want a single domestic industry to drop by the wayside if we can help it. Ease of doing business, further addressing the other weaknesses in trade competitiveness. So unfortunately, we are not guided by these patriots called Lasky and Prabish. Instead, we prefer to follow Kim Parakrambahu, who knew how to trade to the east. He is our national right and our heritage. I don't think anyone can tackle it. So what is our objective finally? A private sector-led trading economy, a vibrant center in the Indian Ocean, a nation which punches high above its weight. Parakum Yugayak, Lalit Arambau, Bhumitale, Lanka.
President Maithripala Sirisena has emphasized the importance of introducing a proper methodology for producing high-quality cinema and telecreations. He laid this emphasis during a meeting with artists. The artists apprised the president of the issues encountered by them at the meeting held at the presidential secretariat. They clarified to the president the situation that has surfaced in the film and teledrama industry as a result of the imposition of certain taxes. It was also noted that the obstacles encountered in the modernization of cinema halls around the island, as well as the lack of quality cinema halls outside Colombo, are also at the forefront. The president said that a program will be implemented for the purpose of discussing with the provincial councils and for the construction of one cinema hall each in the main cities. Attention was drawn to the impact of local teledramas due to foreign teledramas and the implementation of taxation procedures. A new fund was also proposed to uplift the local cinema and teledramas. In the meantime, actress Deepani Silva presented to the president a proposed draft related to the Teledrama Standardization and Regulation and Development Institute Act. A group including many parliamentarians was present at this discussion. In the meantime, Pakistani Joint Chief of Staff General Zuhair Mahmood Hayat, who is on a 4-day official visit to the island, had a cordial discussion with President Maithripala Sirisena. The meeting took place at the president's official residence in Polonnaruwa. The Police Financial Crimes Investigation Division has told the court that a sum of more than 35.2 million rupees had been withdrawn 5 days after the suspension of accounts of Sri Lanka's former ambassador to Russia, Udayanga Weeratunga, following a judicial order. The FCID said that they need to examine the accounts concerned in this respect. Colombo Fort Magistrate Lanka Jayaratne permitted to examine the accounts of former Sri Lankan ambassador to Russia, Udayanga Weeratunga. Permission was also granted by the court today to the Financial Crimes Investigation Division to examine 40 accounts of 5 more officials involved in the MiG aircraft transaction. The magistrate also issued an order to keep in the custody of the Registrar of Confidential Documents the confidential documents handed over to the Police Financial Crimes Investigations Division with respect to the MiG transaction. The FCID said that they had received accounts reports concerning 20 million rupees that was found during the examination of the accounts of Indrani Manamperi, the mother-in-law of Udayanga Weeratunga, and that these were under investigation. Around 16 accounts of Udayanga Weeratunga in several countries, including Latvia and Panama, have been detected. The FCID told the courts that information was being exchanged with Ukraine under the Mutual Exchange Act with regard to 13 crimes. Orders were given to conduct investigations with regard to the incident and report to courts on the 24th of August. In the meantime, Udayanga Weeratunga is imprisoned in the United Arab Emirates. Government's senior attorney at law Udara Karunatilaka said that action was being initiated to get down Udayanga Weeratunga under the extravagance law. Executive Committee member of the Sri Lanka Freedom Youth Professionals Association, Rajika Kodituaku, has said that parliamentarian Mahinda Rajapaksa should be arrested for not giving details of an international warranty after being aware of it. He made this reference at a media conference in Colombo today. Rajika Kodituaku said Mahinda Rajapaksa had mentioned that they would get down Udayanga Weeratunga and, if possible, get down Arjuna Mahendran. If so, the first person to be arrested should be Mahinda Rajapaksa for hiding a robber and for not providing the information to law enforcement agencies after knowing where the robber is. The light train project is being planned to be introduced in Sri Lanka. Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka said that it would be a massive task in the 158-year-old local railway history. The light train project is being planned to be operated from Malambe to Petta. Initially, with the intention of launching the project, the feasibility study report was handed over to Minister Patali Champika Ranawaka today. This report was officially handed over to the minister by Susato Tanaka, JICA chief in Sri Lanka. This report was officially handed over to the minister by Susato Tanaka, JICA chief in Sri Lanka. The The project will be operative under the Japan JICA Loan Assistance Scheme. The overall expenditure of the project is estimated at $1,700 million. JICA will be providing this amount at a concessionary interest rate of 0.1%. The land acquisition process is now in progress for the implementation of the project. It is intended to complete the detailed plan in the year 2019, while construction work is slated to begin in the year 2020. The project is slated to be vested in the public in the year 2024. Expressing his views on the occasion, the minister said that this was not a project that would burden the country with loans, but he said that it is a project that would uplift the country. Parallel to this event, the official website of the Light Train project was also launched. The public could get information on the Light Train project from this website. Action has been taken to recruit 900 new teachers as a solution to the teacher shortage in the Sabaragamuwa province. Sabaragamuwa Provincial Governor Niluka Ekanayaka said that the recruitment are due to take place before the end of next month. The governor expressed these views participating in the principals meeting within the Amblipitia education zone. Graduates and diplomates are due to be recruited as a solution to the Sinhala and Tamil media teacher shortage. The recruitment of teachers are due to be made with full transparency. Three houses located on the Kalani River banks have collapsed and fallen to the river due to erosion of the bank. These houses, located on the river bank in the Halmulla area in Bellampitia, were under threat of destruction for some time. Grants were allocated by the Disaster Management Ministry for the building of a security dam after examining the area. However, the launch of the project was delayed due to the increase in the water level of the Kalani River following torrential rain that was experienced in the past. However, the inmates of these devastated houses are facing grave hardships. The Ministry of Agriculture has pointed out that the prevailing high prices for upcountry vegetables may come down by the end of next month. Many farmlands in the hill country area were destroyed due to the strong rainy and windy conditions that prevailed in the past. The price increase in vegetables is the non-receipt of the harvest due to reach the market as a result of the situation which prevailed for more than 2 months. Vegetables in the central hills on a large scale spoiled due to these conditions. The Ministry of Agriculture said that the strong windy conditions were the cause for the destruction of vegetables in the Badulla district. However, the ministry pointed out that this condition may change within a month. Chitrangani, the wife of Rohana Vijayveera, has filed a habeas corpus petition before the Court of Appeal, asking for her missing husband to be produced before court. Her petition called on the court to reveal whether Rohana Vijayveera is alive. As to date, she has not received reliable information of his whereabouts. Chitrangani's petition is seeking details of whether Rohana Vijayveera has been murdered. She claims her husband was kidnapped by a group clad in armed uniforms on November 12, 1989 from the Ulapane area, adding she has not received information pertaining to Rohana's whereabouts to date. Accordingly, she has cited 11 persons, including the Attorney General, as respondents in the case. Former Defence Secretary General Cyril Ranatunga, a former State Defence Minister Ranjan Wijeratne, General Hamilton Wanasinghe and General Cecil Vaidya